Happy New Year, everybody. My name is Andrew, aka the Black Dragon, and this is a TikTok video bringing to you guys today, in my opinion, the most interesting story of 2022. The mysterious case of Andrew Dawson. For those that don't know about it, it's not me, I'm Andrew Collins, but the case of Andrew Dawson kind of triggered more so recently for me, but this story actually dates back all the way to May 2022, so almost 6 months ago now, and kind of has just been spiraling to new depths, spreading from first TikTok, now all over YouTube, and everybody has their own opinion of it. I have mine, and I'm definitely going to give my take today in this video here for you guys regarding this case and what I think. For first, we're going to go into the video that went viral. Okay, we're going to go into it, we're going to watch it, and then I'm going to give my thoughts. So let's go take a peek at that real quickly here.
What is it?
It's a person, dude. No, seriously, pull over, pull over.
No.
There's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
Dude, if you've seen what I've seen right now,
Okay, so you guys saw it right there. Basically, this man, although it's not clear to me yet where this video was filmed specifically. It definitely was filmed in Canada, but where they said it was filmed, I have still not yet to find that information. Personally, I do think I have my thoughts about where the video is filmed. I think that, and I'll share that with you a little later as to my sort of conclusion here that I've drawn after, I've been just going down the rabbit hole of this story all day long, and I think we finally got there. But basically, this was filmed in Canada, and as you can see there, this man thinks he has found something, and he's onto something. I'll give you a little backstory of Andrew Dawson, okay? A little disclaimer to Andrew Dawson. His handle on TikTok is @AndyCapped. There's over 122,000 followers. And has been posting videos just basically of himself, just basically of his own self, his face, his girlfriend, his dog. Not really anything spectacular. Since 2021, July of 2021 was when he posted his first video. That kind of hit off. That did pretty well for itself. And his view counts have just started to kind of, rise up substantially since that time, and kind of averaging about 10,000 views per video, until we start to get toward the, he starts to kind of take a turn upward there in around the time of 2022, February of 2022, where he just starts to become a lot more popular. 75, 100,000 views, 200,000 views, without posting anything, same stuff, posting about himself, his dog, things like his girlfriend, his truck, examples like that. But the view counts are starting, and then he posts that video, which did get over 2 million views before the end, which for him was basically, if I could just skip forward here, we're going to be doing a lot of skipping forward and then jumping back in this video. where basically, what was I trying to say? Before his obituary was written, in I believe it was June of 2022, where he was pronounced dead. I'm not sure by which, the local newspaper company for the city that he was living in, which was either Vancouver or Alberta, I'm not sure. But anyways, if we can go into, so that basically started what was that? He wanted to kind of investigate, what did he see on the mountain that day? Was it a giant? Was it, what could it have been? But his first inclination was that it was some sort of extraterrestrial. It was some sort of something that wasn't supposed to be there, or if it was supposed to be there, it was something that nobody had really known about or had documented before. To the extent that, this was a pretty big thing. This was going to be a big thing, and he had to find out more about this. He was going to go and he was going to see if he could find out what this thing actually was by investigating it a little more himself. So in his very next video, this basically changed the whole complexion of his channel. We're going to go into his next video here, where he is actually, as you can see here, he's actually filming that very mountain, which I believe right now, I'm going to say this to you, is the Jasper Mountains, which are located, I believe, on the cusp of Lake Alberta going into Vancouver. Although I'm from the East Coast, so I'm not really too attuned to this Alberta and Vancouver stuff, as I've never been there. But anyway, and you'll learn more why I think that later in the video. But he's just basically sitting here in this video. We'll turn up the volume here.
How far I have to zoom? Do you know how hard it is to keep a steady hand?
He's trying to make sense of this.
So this video blows up.
He's explaining, like, literally,
or somebody buys me a
how far
helicopter.
he had to go in and zoom into that video to get that shot of that. And I'm gonna say this right now. Look at this, okay? Look at how far he's zooming in right now. We're in the video. He's literally zoomed in full right there. That is a full zoom on his, I'm guessing his, very high-tech Android or iPhone device, because most devices just don't have that good of zoom, okay? That type of zoom right there, although blurry, is probably the best you're gonna get, is in my humble opinion. What we're seeing on that mountain right there, judging by the amount of zoom, is not a giant, okay? This is literally, this thing would have to be at least 70 to 80 feet high. That's basically what he's claiming to have seen right there. He's claiming that this is some sort of a giant, a Sasquatch, a living, breathing being, okay? This is basically, and what I'm going to tell you is I don't think so, man. Right now, I'm a little skeptical of this. Am I saying that they don't exist? Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm not. Because I'm not the Mr. Know-It-All here. But I'm just saying that if we span the top of that mountain, which would, from that zoom angle, probably be at least, maybe at least 2 to 3 kilometers, that thing right there is taking up at least a tenth of it. If it were to lay down flat on that mountaintop, from just that ridge that we're seeing there, that is ridiculously tall. If that is actually what he's claiming it is, that's insane. Okay, so let's move on to his next video then, which is him going to talk here. So I'll let him talk.
I'm gonna try to go closer and find a better angle.
Okay, so that's basically all he's saying in his next. He's really going to be, quote unquote, diving into this some more and see what he can get.
On our way. We're gonna go find somewhere closer. I'm gonna set my camera on something so you guys aren't complaining how shaky it is in the truck. Yeah. That's the mountain we're going to. We're just gonna try and get closer.
Okay, so as you can tell in his videos, he's not saying where the videos are being filmed from. He's not giving any information whatsoever. He's keeping everything very short and sweet, which to me indicates it's a little sus. I gotta be honest with you. He's not giving an exact location of where he is, or what particular mountain he's looking at. Although we definitely know that he's working in Canada, he's living in Canada, and he's over on the west coast of Canada, which can only mean one thing, right? Rocky Mountains, Jasper Mountains. That's pretty much it. So let's see here. And I was taking a look at his older videos. The only video that he posted of anything relevant to a mountain would be the video right here on the highway. He did actually do some filming before this, but it was only one out of like 50 videos where he actually posts something looking outward toward the rest of the world, aka the mountains, instead of like his own mug. This is it.
I don't think you can park there.
That was funny. We know that was not staged. That truck was literally turned sideways on the middle of the highway, and as you can see there, so he's definitely a frequent traveler on that highway. He's got his phone out and, you know, looking for stuff to film. Probably got his ideas, going, all the time. Like, what could we possibly get out here, that's going to shock the world. Everyone's looking for shock value. And what greater of a shock value video to give people than to see a quote-unquote giant on top of a mountain, that no one has ever seen before. That would be just a breaking world story, right? So he goes on here. I just thought that was a little interesting to make as a side note there, but he's going to go on here, and all of his following videos are going to be related to this story. So okay, so here he goes. He's going to go and do some more investigating here. He's going to talk to us here.
To try to... Okay, I'm going to use this as a tripod to try to keep it steady for you guys. And it's not even there anymore, too.
Okay, so fair enough. It looks as though he's looking at the exact same part of the mountain, which we don't know for sure, right? We really don't know for sure, but it looks to me like that is the exact same ridge. Although some mountains can look similar. I'm sure you could find a similar looking ridge of a mountain on a different part of the mountain, of the same mountain, anywhere you go. But that's just an assumption that I'm making based off just my logical thinking mind. But that does look very reminiscent, and maybe even the same side and the same angle to the place that he was looking a few days prior. So we can at least give him that much credit. But again, I gotta say, like, the initial video could have very easily been photoshopped. I'm gonna just straight up be real with you guys. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys and pretend like I think that this guy's onto something. He could be. But at the same time, we're going to get a lot of examples in the following videos of what I have, my bullshit radar is going cuckoo, cuckoo right now. And with each following video, there's a perfectly logical explanation, as with the first video. And with the backstory of this guy, who is, if you go check out his Instagram, a very known, prankster. He loves doing he loves doing pranks to people. He's a jokester. He's a traveler for work, and this all is going to come into play as we go further into this rabbit hole of Andrew Dawson. So let's look here at what he says now.
I just got stopped by like some CIA agents. He told me to turn around and said I'm trespassing. I said it's a public area, like a public park or whatever. Some local told me to take this path. I didn't get it on camera, but I'm going to go again tomorrow and be prepared to be filming right now because he stopped the vehicle. His truck was blocking it. Said some like environmental issue was going on. I don't know. He told me to go back and said I was trespassing. I don't get it. It was awkward, but I'm going back again tomorrow. to see if he's not there. But if he is there, I will keep a camera. I will film, because the only angle I could get that I found today is the one I just posted earlier, and there wasn't even anything there. But I don't understand why the road's blocked off. I don't know.
Okay, so it sounds like a perfectly reasonable curiosity to, you know, anybody that's just seen something of that nature up on the top of a mountain that has normally nothing there. No one's ever noticed anything there. We're in 2022. No one's ever posted a video of anything there that we know of, that I know of. So he's gonna go and check it out, saying that he got stopped by a quote-unquote CIA agent. This could be anything, man. This could be... you know, apparently the CIA does work with Canada in some situations. The government partners up and has secret organizations. The USA has the CIA, and then the Canada has like the C something 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 something. It's a 4-letter abbreviation, which is exactly like the CIA, but it's in Canada. Okay, so we're gonna assume that he is trying to say to us that he is being stopped by a quote-unquote secret police organization of either Canadian or U.S. government, preventing him from investigating the situation further, aka going where he needs to go to get to that exact location to try and find out more about this situation. So he's going to actually go back there with his camera on this time. We're going to watch this video.
Alright, we'll go back to okay?
Okay, so this is basically just a precursor. He's getting into his car and he's gonna go there, but nothing's gonna happen in this video, so we'll just skip ahead here. I don't know, I forget what this video is. Let's check it out. Okay, yes, this is where he says that he sees a UFO in the sky. Okay, now he's gonna see a UFO in the sky, so let's go and check that out. Pause the video right there, okay? Like, if we guys just zoom in a little bit, you don't even need to zoom in. To the untrained eye, or to somebody that's, like, really, like, you know, the thoughts are going at this point, like, oh my god, this guy's onto something. To me, if I sit down and reasonably think about what this could be, this is easily could be entrails of a jet plane of some type. Yes, I know they're going straight downward, and that would be kind of awkward, and yes, yeah, it could be a UFO, absolutely. But at the same time, it could, you know, very logical explanation to this unidentified whatever could easily just be a jet plane that's, you know, leaving entrails. I don't know what else to tell you, so this is what he says.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, it's not my window. I'll show you. Go over here.
My first question to this is, why are you stopped on the side of a highway? First of all. Second of all, how did you even see this? Like, you're zooming into the spot. There's all kinds of spots to look. Happens if you look, there's nothing there. You can't see it unless you zoom in, like his 100x or 500x zoom that he has on his camera happens to perfectly put into view this, which could, again, easily be photoshopped and easily be re-angled, because usually entrails of a jet would be obviously a little bit more angled, you know, side, like horizontally, whereas this is more vertical. But yeah, so he's just magically parked up on the side of a highway, zooming in on this quote-unquote unidentified object in the sky. And that's all the video. You know, that's it for that one. The next one.
So they're extracting something out of here. There's 2 helicopters. What The fuck?
Again, you know, they're extracting something, so he's trying to really build up the, I don't know what the word would be to me, suspense. He's trying to build up the suspense of the story and just kind of bolster more and more the mystery of what's happening in this mountain that he's, you know, seemingly starting to find A, a giant, B, a UFO, and then C, this quote-unquote heli extraction. But if you look at the second helicopter on the right side,
So they're extracting something out of here.
if you look at what they're extracting on that side, it looks to me could very easily just be a log extraction. I mean, you know, this has been a known thing to go on in Canada. You know, log could be extracted by a heli. Why would they do that? I don't know. But they've done it, and they do it. So, there you go. And that's exactly what that looks like. I mean, if you look at this picture right here, different picture, but exact same type of thing, but more a more close-up look. This is a different heli extraction, quote-unquote. They're extracting a log, and it looks very similar to this helicopter right here. So again, logistics kind of overrule his mystery of this particular video, but it does kind of add to the interestingness of the story plot, and we'll continue on here.
New helicopter. The guy's here again.
Okay, so in this video, he's actually going up that same road again, this time with his camera on, where the quote-unquote CIA agent stopped him the first time. This is what happened the next time.
Yeah, this is him. What's going on?
Road's closed. Turn around.
Really?
Yeah, man. Just turn around, please.
Okay. Have a good night, man. So that was fucked up. There he is. I'm driving past him again. Just turned around. I don't understand why it's closed off though. It's a fucking public park or public road or whatever. The guys.
Okay, so nothing to write home about there. He's just simply trying to travel up the road at night. There just happens to conveniently be an unmarked car with a plainclothes person standing there unarmed with the car turned on. Why the car would be turned on at this time, I don't know. Did they know he was coming? Could they have known he was coming? Who else really goes up that way? Is it a frequently traveled road? I don't know. He doesn't say what road it is. He doesn't say where it is. Again, giving as little information as possible to try and keep us entertained and in suspense, while at the same time trying to make his story seem all that much more real. But if you look closely here... Okay. Now, that gentleman there does have... one of the commonly in Canada unmarked police vehicles that they do drive is that exact same make and model of a Ford. I'm not sure if it's a Ford. I'm not sure what type of Ford. It might be a Ford Mustang or something of that nature. But it is unmarked. Maybe a Chrysler or something. I don't even know, man. But it's some type of a Ford vehicle. It's unmarked. It has no rims on it. Just straight up like, you know, metal rims. Nothing. It doesn't even have rims on it. And this guy right here is just wearing plain clothes. And then if you listen to his voice, is this really how a CIA agent, a police agent, a special undercover agent would talk to someone?
What's going on?
Road's closed. Turn around.
Really?
Yeah, man. Just turn around, please.
Yeah, okay, the first one, roads closed, just turn around, sounds perfectly logical, but then the next comment, yeah, man, roads closed, please just turn around. That does not make sense to me, okay? When you're someone of authority, in a situation where a strange man is approaching you in a vehicle, you usually don't act that polite. Okay? Just a red flag right there. And the fact that it was just such a there was no there was no more conversing. I think that this man would probably want to get some more information from this person. It's maybe like, why is the road, you know what I mean? Why is the road closed? But instead of that, he just kind of goes into his own head again and starts commenting to himself.
Okay. Have a good night, man. So that was fucked up. There he is. I'm driving past him again. Just turned around. I don't understand why it's closed off though. It's a fucking public park.
Now, why didn't he say that to the officer? Wouldn't he say that to the person that was standing there? But he doesn't. He just continues to accept that and move along. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so that is over. That event is over, but he's still going to continue to post about this on his TikTok. We're coming up to the final video here, which is going to be it's basically the nail in his coffin for this story and why I just don't believe it. Whereas many others may believe it, it just doesn't. It's not going to make any sense to you after I show this, okay? So, in this particular video here, we'll go ahead and watch it. This is his very next video. Posted 3 days after.
I think that's the same vehicle from... Hey!
Okay, so he's in his house, he's in his apartment or his house, and he's now seeing that same vehicle conveniently parked right in front of his house. As he approaches it, the man drives away, and as you can see there are no rims on the car. Like a Ford Camaro, I think is what it is, if I'm being completely honest with you, okay? Looks like a Ford Camaro. Or a Chevy Camaro, I should say. I'm so bad with cars. Don't shame me in the comment section for not knowing my cars. But anyways, so the man just drives away. He's got tinted windows, tinted black windows, much like a police car would have. Any unmarked police vehicle would have. So it's, they're pretty easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. Just kind of just drives away. Okay, so we move on from that. Now, my speculation, and here it could be anybody he knows with this type of vehicle or access to this type of vehicle. This is a pretty popular guy. He's got money. He's got friends. And could easily just got a friend to just stand there and do those things for him to kind of add more suspense and drama to the story. It could be a real thing too, but at the same time, it just the way it happened in such an immediate fashion and how none of this really makes sense. There's still no information given to this story by this point. He still doesn't say where this is happening. He hasn't said anything at all. Just very quick videos, 10-15 seconds long. The car drives away and we move on to the next video, and this is kind of the interesting video, but at the same time very explainable. This is his very next video posted. He didn't post for a month after that. That was his last post. He now didn't post for a month, and he's gonna go into this now.
I just want to give you an update. Hey guys, I just want to give you an update. I'm not dead. I have not disappeared. I have just been busy with life. I couldn't get around to posting and updating you guys, so now
I want you to pay close attention to his eyes in this one. Watch where his eyes move.
Give you an official update of what's been going on. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all of the videos that I posted were scripted. They're just fake. They were just strictly for entertainment. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I just needed to give you a quick update.
Okay, so did you notice his eyes moved directly to the left and they were looking, kind of stuttering his words, hands in his pocket, looking very submissive, almost as if somebody's telling him what to say in this particular video. It's almost like if this were real, this is how it would kind of play out, but why wouldn't they just make him delete the video? Why wouldn't they just tell him you have to delete these videos and stop posting about these videos rather than come out and say that all these videos were fake? Do you see how this doesn't make sense now? He looks over to the left almost as if someone is in the room, but he makes it very obvious that he's looking to the left and not just like a quick like even still, wouldn't they review this video and somehow notice that as well themselves, the ones that are forcing him to say this on camera and post it on his TikTok, want him to make it look as natural as possible, and how this video just looks as unnatural as possible. Again, alarm bells are going off in my head that this man is here trying to create a story for us that just isn't true. You know, it just isn't. It doesn't make any sense. So at first I was a little intrigued by how it could be true, but as we go on here, this would be just the beginning of the end really for our friend Andrew Dawson here. So let's go into his next video, which was posted 10 days later. 10 days later, he's back at it again, posting us this one.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
That's it, just quick looking around, almost looks paranoid. And it actually does look genuinely paranoid, like he looks freaked out, but I can tell you from personal experience, being paranoid, you will never, ever want to post or even address the situation directly on any form of social media or publicly. You'll be too afraid to do that. So at this point, this is not making any sense to me why he continues to press the issue. If he has people following him, stalking him, he's, you know, especially if it's people that have power over him and could easily, you know, erase him and have no consequences directed their way for it. You know, I've been in this situation personally, and I'm not going to say what it was in my past life, where I had a situation occurring that I didn't want to discuss. I had no clue what was going on in reality, so telling people on social media what was going on in my head, it seemed too much. The thought of it seemed too much to bear, and that it could almost make the situation worse. But it almost seems like he just disregards that fact of what actual paranoia would do to a human being. So this, to me, doesn't seem like true paranoia or fear. This seems staged, and I'm beginning to think more and more as I continue along this path of Andrew Dawson's story that it is completely fake, and he is just trying to get publicity. But we'll go into the next video here, and this would be the last video that he ever posts on May 17th, same day, 2022.
What is that? That was not there yesterday.
That video there was titled Military ? We'll pause the video right there. If you can see, there's two clear antenna looking things coming out of the top of that thing, which is directly on top of the mountain, which at this point we're not still sure which exact mountain he's looking at. But to any random person that has just seen this video for the first time, you know, that does look very, very much like it shouldn't be there, or, you know, how did that get there? And he looks very confused by it as well. But we have a perfectly logical explanation for this if we just simply go over here for a moment. As I've stated before, he's working in Jasper, Vancouver, flipping between the two cities very closely in proximity to each other. Now, if we go here and look at this very same picture, we'll zoom in very closely here, you'll see that this is the Jasper Skytram. And very funny how it is conveniently placed at the top of the mountain. This very similar looking building structure looks exactly like the one that he was showing in his video, confused as to what it was, although I'm sure he knew. Here's another picture. Exact same thing. This is not in the wintertime, but if we look here, this is the Jasper Skytram. A little closer up. This is not his photo, this is a third-party photo, which you can easily search for on Google. As you can see there, the two antennas, the very clearly stated antennas, about, equal, maybe to 4 or 5 feet apart from each other, are right there, right at the top of the structure, which looks very similar in size and in location to the other place that he was filming. Okay, again, we see it there, and that is the front picture of the Jasper Skytram. So let's go and see the video one more time. It looks, tell me that's not it. Tell me that's not it. What else could it be? Is it a military vehicle? It certainly doesn't look like it to me. Does it look like it to you? I don't know. But to me, it looks like exactly like the Jasper Skytram. So that would be the last video he ever posted. And then we would see his obituary a month later. So the Campbell River Mirror posted here. They're July 1st, 2022. Not a month after, 3 weeks after he posted that video. Andrew Dawson, same man as we saw in those videos, was pronounced dead. And the reason for it was not clear. It was not said as to what happened to him. The cause of death is unknown at this time. Okay, many think that the CIA got a hold of him after he came out and rebutted his statement that the videos that he had posted were fake, and that they might have told him that if you just start sticking your nose in where it's it's not wanted, we're gonna end you, and you better stop. And he didn't listen to that warning, despite how quote-unquote scared he was acting. Didn't really seem too interested in complying with their request, but at the same time didn't seem too interested in transferring this information of whatever he had been told or what was going on in reality to anyone else. It was just what you see on his TikTok videos. His girlfriend has not posted anything related to the events that took place before his death, and they were very close to each other. None of his family, none of his friends have come out with any information regarding the situation. Although his girlfriend did post a video of herself crying, and it looked very real after his death was reported. So it very well could have been that he died, but we still don't know the cause of death. And we don't know if he actually died or if he was abducted by aliens or, put in the witness protection program and sworn that to never speak of this situation again and create a new identity for himself and a new life for himself, which included none of his previous life. Just basically a start fresh, probably in a different country. Type deal, or if they actually did kill him, or if he killed himself, or if somebody, maybe he died in the 3 weeks time of natural causes, or got hit by, we don't know. That's the craziest part of this all, is that from the first video that he posted about the situation to the final video that he posted regarding the situation, led to his death, and all this was in just a short 2-month, 3-month period of time. Okay, but if you look at all the facts of the situation today, the first video, the size of that creature, if it was a real creature, it would have had to have been 80 to 100 feet tall, bare minimum, because of the amount of zoom that was taking place on that camera. The following videos, the very, not giving any information, where the location was, what he was looking at. There was no logical explanations from his side. What could logically be this or logically be that? We just jumped to giant UFO, military, CIA. Like, see how I mean that there was just nothing really holding on. There was no supporting evidence. There was very minimal information. And then the final video about the military, how it just looked so similar to the Jasper Skytram, and that's exactly where he was, in that general area. That's where he lived. That's where he was filming the whole time. Comes into play, and that just kind of solidifies that this very well thought out, but at the same time not so well thought out prank could fool a lot of people who are not really willing to dive in as deep and just kind of believe what they see on the surface to be true. But if you really look at the facts of the situation, it's all hearsay. It's all just one person's opinion against another, right? And in the end, we'll never really have the facts until somebody comes out with the truth and has supporting evidence to go with it. Whereas I think, in what we have at our disposal right now, we have solid photographic evidence. Of the trees being airlifted, as you saw previous, real trees being airlifted out of the forest by helicopters, looking like exactly the same thing that he was filming, trying to call it a heli extraction, and what the hell is going on here? Like, this could, and that would confuse a lot of people normally, who wouldn't know about that occurring. Whereas in reality, it is a very common thing, and it's not out of the ordinary to see things being extracted out of forests, aka trees, via helicopter. And in the final video, it's not uncommon at all to be able to see the Jasper Skytram, as you saw in the photos, from ground level. It's a very visible area. So there you have it, folks. Did he really die? Who knows? Who knows, man? Apparently, all you have to do to get an obituary put in a newspaper is call the newspaper company and say, this, we got to put that in the newspaper. That's literally all you have to do. Now, was his family, was there ever any evidence of the body? Did anyone ever take was the body ever found? Was there a funeral held with the casket there, open or closed? None of this information has been presented. So it just makes it a little bit tough for me to conclude that this was foul play, and that all of the things that he posted was actually true. And the conspiracy theories arising from this situation can go to the ends of the earth and back, and we will still not have the correct answer. If they were willing to turn someone away who was investigating a very suspicious situation regarding a giant in the mountains, as well as possible military presence that was not to be detected by civilians, even though they could see it, why didn't he grab a pair of binoculars? Why was there not we have so much technology in 2022 that could have easily snuffed out a lot of these rumors. The UFO, we can never really explain what a UFO is. No one can ever really explain what a UFO is, because a lot of time it's just lights in the sky, and no one can ever really say where those lights originate from. All you can usually say is that the light is very odd. The light is very odd, okay? And it's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be at that angle. It's not supposed to be at that trajectory or that size. It would be very difficult to explain. entrails of a jet plane going exactly up and down, straight, horizontal, and vertical at that level of height at any point in its flight. So that is the only real question mark of all those videos that he did post. But I can tell you one thing's for sure: photoshopping is a thing in 2022, in case people didn't know. The first video could have easily been photoshopped, the UFO video could have easily been photoshopped, or it just could have been a random, whatever, something random could have just left entrails in the sky in that, that fashion. The military vehicle has been debunked, and the CIA car and the guy following him around the video saying that he did fake it and then looking to the left, could all easily have been staged by this quote-unquote prankster. People like this are famous for wanting attention and clout, and they'll do anything to get it. They'll go to the ends of the earth and back. I mean, if you go look at movies, you'll see things in the movies in today's day and age that will just blow your mind. The graphics, the effects, the storylines, the plots, everything's been made, man. So for somebody to come out with a story like this, a very unique yet not so unique spin on the supernatural, and when CIA gets involved in a real life situation, not a movie, and sorry, my camera just cut out there. I guess I don't have enough space on that phone to be recording for this long. So I had to switch to my other one. But basically what I was saying to you guys, all I was saying was, for someone to come out with such a storyline on such a platform and kind of bring his following and basically anybody that wants to watch the videos into the situation, makes it almost feel more real, right? You kind of want it to be true, but at the same time, because of the death, because of how the situation turned out, you obviously don't want it to be true. And it could turn out that he just went on the road for work and decided, I'm going to be off work for a couple of months, I'm going to be off on the roads working, I'm not going to be posting on TikTok, I'll have no reason to post on TikTok. Maybe we could just blow up this story, create a lot of drama, get a lot of minds racing, entertain a few people. We're not hurting anybody, really. I mean, in the end, nobody truly gets hurt if this is all just a hoax, right? But if it turns out that the story was true to some effect, that maybe some of it was fabricated, but at the same, because when somebody's going through something, they want to make it seem so real that they will even say things that aren't true amongst the truth, to make it just seem that much more of a unique and crazy situation, right? Where it could be true, parts of it could very well be true. His death could be true. Military presence in that area could very well be true. Protecting some sort of alien or supernatural forces from, sort of like Area 51 in a way in Canada, without actually saying it, could very well be true. But was some of the story possibly fabricated along the way? Absolutely. I think it definitely could have been. I'm hoping that the story is not true, and I'm hoping that he will come out later on down the road and say, oh, it was just a big joke. We'll have to wait. That's really all I'm telling you guys today. If you guys are interested to hear more about the story of Andrew, what's his name? I already don't remember the guy's name. I've already been talking about him for the last hour. Andrew Dawson. If you guys want to hear more about the story of Andrew Dawson, I mean, people are going all over the place with this story. They're talking about, bringing out beginning of the Antichrist, and the world is over and all this shit, and I'm just sitting here thinking, no, this is just somebody on social media who wants to gain attention, and in not a terrible way. It's not like the worst way it's not like he's scamming people out of money and then faking his death, right? Like, he's literally just, trying to fuck with people. You know what I mean? He's not done anything heinous or criminal. He's just lying. He's just simply creating a fib and a lie in order to gain followers and gain views and gain likes. And in the end, when he comes out with the truth, I think that it will. Honestly, people will say, wow, this guy really has it together in terms of, how to put together a story. Maybe he'll get a job as a director or, a movie actor or something like that. He's not, he's not hurt me any by lying to me about the situation, if he is lying. But he's definitely earned the top spot, 100%, as the most interesting story of 2022. And I hope that in some early part of 2023, we'll be able to find out what really happened to this man and what really occurred in the times that those videos were being filmed. So if you guys like this kind of content, I don't even know what I would categorize this video as today. I know it's not my typical video that I would post for you guys here on YouTube or on TikTok, but I will sign off for now. That is all I have to say on the story. The logistics of it have been explained from my perspective and many other perspectives, as well as some very convincing, but yet less convincing because they haven't really addressed the big red flag, which is the Jasper Skytram. No one talks about that when they're trying to verify his story as true, which I find kind of ridiculous. It's the most obvious explanation in the world. But anyway, yeah. I'll sign off there. Like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think of the story, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.